The UK devolved nations have recently produced lists of acceptable species that can be planted for productive forestry in the future. And today I'm visiting a standing timber sale where we've got a range of different species that we currently use. So I thought I'd take you through these. This is Douglas fir, and it's an exceptional specimen. And as a species, it's renowned for growing very tall and straight in the right environment. It favours that wetter climate, deep soils and south-facing slopes. And it's really quite prized as quite a valuable species in the UK to sort of specialist markets. And it originates similarly to Sitka spruce from the Pacific Northwest of North America. It was brought over in the 1700s. This is Scots pine. It's one of the only native conifers in the UK, along with juniper and yew. And it's certainly the only native conifer that we use commercially in softwood sawmilling and wood processing. It's got a really nice timber, sort of reddish heartwood, and sort of red hue to the bark as well. It's a really, really important species from a habitat restoration point of view in the north of Scotland for the Caledonian pine woods. We also have lodgepole pine, but probably the least said about this species when it comes to timber production, the better. There's 3 species of larch in the UK. There's European larch, which is what this specimen is. There's Japanese larch, and there's hybrid larch, which, as you might suspect, is a mixture of both Japanese and European larch. It produces a beautiful softwood timber, which is sort of orange and red in colour, and it's very, very durable, favoured for things like cladding and boat building and beams. Quite a beautiful timber, but unfortunately not favoured by the sawmilling industry. It's quite difficult to saw, and it's highly resinous. Yeah, fantastic tree, and it really produces quite fantastic landscapes as well. It's a deciduous conifer, so unlike what most people think that conifers are evergreen, this one isn't. The Sitka spruce, the much maligned and extremely successful commercial conifer species, it's probably the one that's planted the most wide range across the UK, and it's often planted as a single species crop, and that's probably why it gets such a bad press. It's very, very successful at establishment on a multitude of different sites, and it's very, very productive. We grow it in 35 to 40 year rotations, and it produces a significant proportion of our homegrown timber supply. So there you have it, some of the key timber species used in the UK wood processing and sawmilling industry. It's not all of the species that are available. I think that we've identified 30 species in total, both hardwood and softwood. But certainly on this single site visit on a standing timber sale, I've identified probably 90% of the overall softwood species that we use.